The Guardian reports Trump reportedly considers White House advisory role for Elon Musk. Let's go. The Wall Street Journal reports the pair have had several phone calls recently and that Musk could assist if Trump wins another term. You'll love to see it. They said the two men who once had a tense relationship have had several phone calls a month since March as Trump looks to court powerful donors. Musk and Trump connected in March at the estate of billionaire Nelson Peltz. Since then, the two have discussed various policy issues, including immigration, which Musk has become vocal about in recent months. America will fall if it tries to absorb the world, Musk tweeted. So Elon was apparently on some advisory board in the first term, right? And then ended up leaving or something. I think Elon took a red pill. I think he started to see more and more of what was going on. He started to realize more and more of what he was being lied to about when they started attacking him. You know what it was for Elon probably? Tesla, this amazing electric car manufacturer, should be cherished by all of these eco-nuts.
Right.
And they kept attacking him. And then Biden comes out and says all of these great things of these other companies, but not Elon. And he's like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm making electric cars. We're number one. Why am I not included in any of this? Right. And then he realized it's because it's not actually about what they're saying it's about. Mm-hmm. And then one step at a time, he starts to realize what's going on. No. He wants to buy Twitter. Mm-hmm. They attack him. And now he's just
Well, he's at the highest level of your eyes getting open.
Yep.
If you take every one of these last 3 years, the 2020 election, to me, will be the most important election in history for what it's done the last 3 years is opened people's eyes. And I'm talking all and there's the highest level you can say, Elon Musk. His eyes got open. He got blinders on. I think everybody was shocked when he buys Twitter and goes, wow, we have, I got my Twitter back. I'm going, you're kidding. And all my people are still there.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I'm going, it brought back MyPillow's Twitter, that one that got banned. That was the first when Twitter, I always tell people this story. When I got out of the news, because I kept trying to raise my hand going, hey, our country, this has happened with our election platforms and all this. And when they banned me on Twitter, my personal Twitter, that was done earlier in January. Well, all of a sudden the media wouldn't attack me anymore. So it went silent. So I'm going, well, what's going to make the news now? I know, what if I lose MyPillow's Twitter? So I sat up, it was 12, I'll never forget, it was 12 o'clock midnight. I'm sitting there, I go, okay, I'm going to go over, the last post on Twitter was from my addiction director, and she had wrote this beautiful thing, here's who Mike Lindell really is and all this. And that was the last thing that was ever written before I lost my personal Twitter. So I'm over on on Jack Dorsey's Twitter, and I'm over there on MyPillow going, Jack, we know, when I'm putting comments over there and they have all the bots and trolls go, Jack, kick MyPillow off. He's using another Twitter. He's been kicked off of Twitter. And they're just attacking me. And I'm going, I want to go to bed. So I wanted him to ban it, right? So I could wake up in the morning, make all this news and start telling people about the election again. He wouldn't take about 3 things. I go, I know. I go, Jack, I know you were in on this, and I look forward to the day you go to prison. Boom, my Twitter went down. I could go to sleep. I wake up in the morning at 7 o'clock. Number one story in the world. MyPillow loses their Twitter account. That was new of our company to lose their Twitter account, even though we weren't making a lot of money off, because I told you all the bots and trolls don't buy pillows, right?
Right.
Yep. So I sacrificed that, but I was able to get the word out in the news, and that was a famous thing on being on Newsmax where they were having me on shows to say, you got canceled, Mike. You got canceled. That's terrible. But I couldn't say why I got canceled, because I wanted secure elections. I couldn't say anything. And here the guy rips his microphone off and walks off the set, which made the number one.
How did your employees react to that? Because I assume your employees are not necessarily all political. They're like, we like this pillow company. We want to work on it.
Neither is my family and stuff. So they've always just trusted me. I built it from the ground up. We didn't with no money, with nothing. It was all hard work, and a lot of them been with me for decades. We have careers at MyPillow, so it was a lot of trust. It's going, obviously, and they know me. I never give up. Once I've done my due diligence, I will never back down ever. My moral compass is what it is. I can't unsee what I see or unknow what I know. They know I was never backing down, and a lot of them, they've been afraid for their jobs. Probably more so this year because of the attacks have even been up even more. But as we were losing stuff around us, the walls are getting turned on. Here goes another box store. Here goes another box store. Now, did my board of directors? Some of them left right away. They just, they weren't part of the company, but they were bored, and the one made a public comment. I don't believe Mike and I don't have the same. I grew up with him as the mayor of our town. I grew up with him, and all of a sudden he walks off the board because he didn't want to be associated with Mike Lindell at that time. And so, but the employees, we've stuck together. We're like a family, and it's sad because it's an employee-owned company. I'm just the biggest stockholder. So when things do happen, like this last getting canceled, where they've debanked us and everything, where it gets scary for them sometimes, and I'm just, we go through a lot of prayer. We give God the glory, and that's what it's gotten us through, basically. And we have a lot of policies at MyPillow where for example, if someone dies they're close to, we're not like corporate America. We're going, well, if it's your close, your immediate family, you could take 3 days off. If it's your cousin, you better be to work tomorrow. We if someone dies or if an employee and they're close to them, we don't ask them who it is. It could be their neighbor. They take off and we pay them until they're ready to come back to grieve, whatever. And same way if they're hurt, if it's critical, if they have someone critical in their family, we pay while they're gone. We pay them, go take care of them. And then we have another thing too, addiction, because that's so we'll hire people for second chances. And if somebody does get caught or whatever, they almost expose themselves. I could almost name what the addiction is. We'll go get them the help that I want to give them. I'll pay for the help and pay their wage while they're getting help. Because addicts will use the excuse, well, I got to support my family. Well, good for you, Special K. You're spending all the money over here. I'll put you in. I'm going to pay you while you're in treatment, while you're getting help, and you're going to come out, and it's been amazing. And nobody's really took advantage of it, and it's just so they know I have their back, and they've had my back, and you're right, it's no politics. I would say, a lot of them have switched to Donald Trump now, but this was not political.
Right, they didn't start selling pillows.
They were more probably the other way when it started out. And here, when I backed him in 2016 after meeting him, everyone's going, in fact, my board, this is an interesting story. I met Donald Trump on August 15th of 2016, this famous meeting I went into and alone, and we talked about earlier in the show. Well, I went back to Minnesota and I was excited to tell the media, I was media's darling. I was excited to tell him, hey, I met this presidential candidate. I wanted to tell him what he was like because I had talked to his employee. I went back there and my board stood around, and then he was a liberal. He's a liberal Democrat, my one attorney, and he goes, you're going to lose half our company if you do a press release. I go, why would I lose half the company? I didn't know. I just naive going, what? Because I met the guy. I just want to tell people about him. And so I walked out of the boardroom and my CMO came out. She goes, we didn't get this all this way by you not listening to God. Could I pray about what I do, be proactive? I come back in there, I go, we're going to do that press release. And I said, so I do the press release, right? And I couldn't believe it. It was like shocking. The Tribune on the line and all this stuff, and all these people I broke bread with, all these reporters that would come out how many more employees you have? Mike, you're the American dream, ex-crack guy, you got 1,500 employees. They turned on me. And one of the things was they called me a drug dealer, right? And this thing, now that, wow. And I go, I never dealt a drug in my life. And I'm going, I tried to rid Minneapolis of drugs by doing them all. That was my deal, right? I tried to save everybody. I just wanted to do them all. Or I would give them away. And even my drug dealers, my ex-drug dealers were upset about seeing these comments. So we were all about pulling back, getting that retracted, which they did. They retracted that statement. But it was an attack. I'm going, what did I do? It was like something new to me, but maybe that was training for way down the road here. When right. When I spoke at the Rose Garden that time, and for up there when the virus came on, the China virus, and then the president had me speak there, what MyPillow was doing to help the country, and I did that, and we were attacked. I was attacked. You think I killed someone? 109 interviews in 5 days.
Do you think that the box stores will ever bring MyPillow back?
I don't. There's been a couple that have came on since then, like Ollie's came on, and some stayed with us. The great used to buy like Menards and Fleet Farm, like the hardware stores, all these hardware stores. They stayed with us. The number one selling in these mom and pop hardware stores too across the country was MyPillow, not a jar of paint. So a lot of them stayed with us, but none of the ones left have come back. And I put I remember back when it happened. I was on Sean Hannity's show, and I said, they're never coming back if they leave now. And he goes, oh, Mike, you'll change your mind. Don't say like that. And I'm going, to the point now, would I take them back now? Well, I'm sure they, it was a business decision they made. A lot of them were in fear. They had to make a decision. I know now more what the attacks were And they had to make a decision to their stockholders, to their thing. Kohl's, I know, that was when they're their number one selling product. Their CEO or their whatever, I got a call and, will you quit badmouthing Kohl's? This was during the time I go, you guys are canceling us. I said, so I gave him a special one day all by himself and said, Kohl's canceled us. I was spreading them out. But knowing what I know now, would I take them back if they did? Absolutely. I've got, it's like people always say, well, Mike, you advertise on CNN and they attack you. And I'm going, or you advertise on Fox, but you badmouth them every day. And I'm going, you know what? I separate business for what I'm doing over here, what they do to me or whatever they attack. That's their deal.
Wow, I didn't realize Menards is the third largest home improvement in the country.
Yeah, and they're a great family-owned company, and they made decisions based on, I knew them. Hey, we're not going to fall for this social media, these attacks, and they stuck with us. Fleet Farm was another one, and it'd be a surprise had those box stores stay with us. As MyPillow, when MyPillow first came out, like at Walmart, they were $59.98. It was their number one buy-through in history. That was like in 2011 or 12. And as the price came down, as we got better at manufacturing my patented foam, and got better, we could bring the price down. Then it went down to $49.98. And it was the number one buy-through at $49.98. Their history and everything, QVC everywhere. Then when it dropped down to $39.98, now that was the drop. That and a 2-pack would have been $29.98 for, $59 for 2. When that drop would have been made, that was right when they canceled. It would have been the other stores that stayed with us. They couldn't keep them. I mean, there were walls of them at Menards and Fleet Farm. So these box stores, they sacrificed the fear of public opinion, even though the public turned on them. After this happened, up and down the Western Seaboard, like Bed Bath & Beyond, people were filling up grocery carts in Bed Bath & Beyond, going to the front and then say, where's your MyPillows? They say, we don't have them, and leaving their carts there. They were doing this on purpose. It was like a big protest. And Bed Bath & Beyond is not here anymore. And I feel bad. They made bad decisions and say, Kohl's and all these, but they sacrificed money. We were their number one selling product. And Walmart, they've got 10,000 products overseas that they make in China. I got a whole different thing with Walmart, a beef with them where they attack entrepreneurs and stuff where you invent a product and it shows up in Walmart or there it is on Amazon and you can't fight that. That's why I created mystore.com where I give these guys a safe haven. I bring the geese to the pond, so to speak.
Thanks for watching this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to check out the live show Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. on this channel. Subscribe and we'll see you all there.